Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be a match between Terror and GiantStar here on Fighting Spirit. Bottom right, it's gonna be, top right rather, GiantStar. And in the bottom right, it's gonna be Terror. So it's blue versus teal here today on everybody's favorite map that is overplayed, Fighting Spirit. You know this map, and if you don't, then you haven't been watching StarCraft Brood War for very long, I feel like. Alright, man, so Terror the Overlord, scouting out the wrong direction. It's a ZVP here for you. I'm going to post this on, let's see, Tuesday? Let's say Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It is December. Not December yet. Tomorrow is December. Just had to check the calendar real quick to make sure that was accurate. Time has no meaning in the days of the COVID. That is for sure. Awesome. All right, so Probe moves out. Overlord scouts out. Nobody look in the right direction for their opponent, but that's okay, because what that does is makes the games go a little bit longer if you don't get scouted out early. I'm telling ya, in the games from Bisu that I've cast, this is an overpool, where Bisu scouts the right direction against a Zerg player, he's got this crazy superpower to send zealots across the map and just kill the Zerg player in like the first 5 minutes. Just like regular zealots, no upgrades, no speed. It's just regular zealots moving over from a couple gates, and then the Zerg's like, brah, they're trying to fight it. They're trying to balance making lings versus making drones. They're trying to make sunkens, and the zealots just like running past the sunkens, and they just fall over dead. But the games that go longer from Bisu against Zerg are ones where he scouts the wrong direction. So, hey, wait, hold on. Oh, he's sending 2 probes out. Wow, GiantStar really wants to know what Terror is up to, which is fair, man. Terror is a super aggressive Zerg player. A pool first would be super, super good here. Although, I don't know, it's a Forge Expand. So even if it was a pool first, you get a cannon up now and you're fine. But 3 sets of lings are on the way. Probe fighting. Get him, Probe. Get him, Probe. I mean, is it fair for a robot to fight against a meatbag like a drone is? Like a drone, I guess a drone has armor. Actually, let's look at this real quick. It has a carapace. 0 armor. So that means they don't have armor, right? Is having 0 armor the same as having... I don't know. It's a good question, man. The science I'm coming up with here. Pretty intense. Yeah, I don't know. If you have 0 armor, does that count as having armor? Is there any appreciable difference between having no armor and having 0 armor? Like, nothing in StarCraft has 0 armor. Everything has... nothing in StarCraft has, like, a blank in that spot, right? Right here. They have armor, they have attack. And if it's 0 or not, it's there. So does that mean that there's armor? I'm going to go with no, because within the game mechanics, if something has 0 armor, the damage incoming is not being reduced at all. So in that case, there is no armor. Even if there's, like, technically armor there, if it's reducing incoming damage by 0, it's not armor. It doesn't count. Okay, I'm glad we figured that out. This has been Science Time with Falcon. Hit that like button if you enjoy Science Time with Falcon. Maybe we'll do it some other time. I don't know. Third base, loving this from Terror. Like, more Zerg players that do this against a Forge Expand, the better, I feel like. Like, sometimes I'll see Zerg players where it's a Forge Fast Expand, and the Zerg's like, I'm not taking a third base at all for the first 10 minutes. And it's like, but you need it. You need it to compete economically. Being 1 base up in this situation is life-changingly effective. Hey, look, a Stargate opening. Surprise? No. Hey, look, probably a Spire opening. Surprise? No. No surprises at all today. That's okay. Standard ZVP openings are fine. ZVP very rarely is just a standard game all the way through. Right? Like, what's a standard PvZ? I'm trying to think. There are so many different compositions that both Protoss and Zerg can go that are viable here. Like Mass Corsair into DTs is a build that works. You can also do Mass Corsair with speed lots. You can go Reaver drops with Zealots and Dragoons. You can go Dragoons with Archons and Zealots and High Templar. And the Zerg player can make use of anything from Lings to Hydras to Lurkers to Ultralisks to Mutas to Guardians. Defilers obviously have play here. Yeah, it's just everything. Everything is viable in ZVP. Except carriers. Carriers are not viable in ZVP because Zerg has way too many answers to carriers in this matchup. Dark Swarm Hydras, for one. Just regular Hydras if there aren't too many carriers. Yes, Plague is amazing. Scourge are really good. Devourers were kind of built to try to handle carriers. So you will just, outside of a fastest map environment, you will just not see a Zerg or a Protoss player going carriers against Zerg at all. It makes no sense. Hey, Templar Archives, this could be DT Corsair. It could be the strategy that every Zerg player hates, but most Zerg players at this level are pretty good at dealing with. It also could just indicate we're going for Storm quickly because we're worried about a Hydra bust, which we're not worried about a Hydra bust because we don't have a Hydra Den, nor is there one on the way. So Corsair's two purposes, killing Overlords, which they're pretty good at doing, and also scouting because there's nothing that can shoot up here. So let's scout until the Scourge pop out and murder us in our faces. So, okay. There is no Hydralisk Den. We don't have to worry about getting Storm right away. So production tab is DTs. Hey, look at that. Maybe it would have been Storm if there was a Hydralisk Den. Maybe GiantStar was going for DTs the whole time, regardless. I don't know. I can't read his mind, but he's got the options, right? This +1, it tells me we're going to get a lot of Corsairs. Pull back, fall back to the cannons. Scourge, don't fall back to the cannons. You'll die, and they're too smart for that. Terror Scourge are too intelligent. Just kidding. Oh, taking a hit reduces your HP by like 1 billion%. It's a lot. It's a lot moving out. Okay, so DT comes here and says, you don't have an Overlord with your group, and you have whole position Zerglings, so let me one-shot these. It's not going to tell you your units are under attack for Terror because they're getting one-shot. Such a major advantage for DTs, man. Their swings are so hard and so slow that they can one-shot stuff, and the little, your units are under attack, doesn't sound, which so many players are so reliant on that. I know I am. Annoying stuff. We have an Overlord, we have a Sunken, we have Scourge. So this is basically DT Corsair proof. Unless the Corsairs come in, juke the heck out of these Corsairs, murder the Overlord, and then keep killing stuff. Oh, dude, I didn't see that. Okay. So my complete lack of enthusiasm here for these Mutalisks is as follows. They're all dying. Hey, the Mutalisks accomplished approximately nothing. Overlords are providing detection for as long as they live. Scourge getting some hits, not getting as many hits as they want to though, and the mining at the natural base from Terror is shut down. Oh, what's providing? Oh, this Overlord. Slow Overlords, man, providing detection against DTs since 1978. Absolutely crazy, but dude, those Mutalisks, did you see how little those Mutalisks did? This is why every time a Zerg player makes mutas against a Protoss, it was opened Corsairs. Look, if the Protoss didn't open Corsairs, by all means, make Mutalisks. Go kill High Templar and probes and stuff. But if the Protoss opens Corsairs, to pop out 5 mutas and be like, I got this, is just stupid. I'm just making more mutas. All right, Terror, look, you're 18 million times better at StarCraft than I am. I'm not going to say I'm better than you, but this I do not understand. Why would you make more Mutalisks in this situation? What possible value do they have for you? There's cannons at the Mineral Lions. There's Archons that are out. You can't kill Zealots that quickly, especially if you have, again, two. What are 2 Mutalisks supposed to do? The Corsair count is 6. They have +1 attack. My voice is cracking. I'm so intense about this right now. Look, this is not me. This is not me rooting for Terror, but I'd rather players make good choices. I don't know. If they just make questionable decisions that I feel like lead directly to their loss, then I'm just like, bleh, ooh. Like, for example, if GiantStar opened without Corsairs and didn't have cannons in his mineral lines, and mutalisks showed up and murdered everything, I'd be like, okay, why? I would be just as incensed with that decision-making, too. He's making all of the mutalisks with +1 carapace. All right. Boy, this feels familiar. Didn't I just cast a ZVP where this happened? Where the Zerg was like, I'm going to make 1 million mutalisks and Corsairs, and I'm going to kill all of the Corsairs with the Scourge. And then there will be nothing to stop my mutas. But then... okay, that was fine. Again, the Scourge have been doing a fine job here. They've been killing a whole bunch of Corsairs. But there are still 4 in the house. The Zealots are just like, we're going to... okay, taking down the Spore was big. Now the Corsairs can engage without anything really bothering them at all. And there's Storm too. Oh, no. Oh, no. Scourge popping out. Save us. But the mutas are all dead. The Corsairs all died, though. And there's more mutalisks coming in. This is crazy. What a hold by Terror. Okay, so the Sunkens are all gone. Zealots are fighting against drones. They're fighting against lings. They're doing very well, mind you. They don't even have any upgrades. It doesn't matter. Dude, the drone count is just getting obliterated right now. I'm surprised we're not focusing down the High Templar, but he doesn't have enough energy for anything. So maybe that's why. We'll kill him as soon as his energy starts to creep up a little bit more. A Dragoon, interesting, against the largely Zealot composition that's murdering all of your stuff here. It's a 2-kill Zealot. I think it's not. Murdering everything. This guy's got 2 kills too. Fairly well, man. You're out. So it's 87 to 74 supply. The economy of the Zerg player has been harmed. He's done a pretty good job replacing that economy, though, because, again, he's got 4 bases. He's got a macro hatch, or he had a macro hatch. I think he had a macro hatch anyway. Somewhere over here. No, that was a Spore. Doesn't have a macro hatch. It's fine. Counterattack into Zealot Cannon Land with my Lings. No, you're not. And it's 95 to 82 supply. +1 attack is now finished. I'm really surprised GiantStar did not wait for that +1 attack to finish, because that would have been good. He's got to replace his Corsair count. Ooh, nice High Templar snipe. Beautiful High Templar snipe. So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day here, Terror's okay. He took a lot of hits. He did lose a bunch of drones, but he had the economy to replace them because he got that 3rd base up fast and the 4th base up fast. He's getting Adrenal Glands now. He's getting an Ultralisk Cavern. I like that choice. Ultralisks in PvZ are especially good if there aren't a bunch of Reavers running around, which there aren't. There's not a Robotics Bay to be seen, nor is there one in production right now. So Ultras are going to do extremely well, and it's, I mean, part of the reason I'm sharing this is because I just like Ultras. I'm biased. Okay, so the mutas are not really... Man, are you interested in engaging, good sir? Chitinous plating. GiantStar's macro is pretty good on 3 bases right now. I mean, this is a pretty good comp against Muta Ling, man. Zealots with +1 attack. Storm. Don't fly into the storm with your Corsairs, GiantStar. I love you, man, but let's not do that. It's your own storm. You know where it is. It is a Greater Spire. When I said Guardians, when I was talking about what units are viable in this matchup, part of me was like, Guardians are not viable in this matchup. Which, we see them, though. Do they ever get a lot done? Do you ever win a game because you made Guardians? No. Yeah, don't. Mostly because they're too slow and their damage output is too low and they're too expensive for what they do. They're just not good use. So generally what happens is Zergs will use them as, like, harassment units, which is kind of a sad thing for a tier 3 unit to be reduced to, but I guess Reavers are the same way, so a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right, man, 162 to 137 supply. This is a pretty Pretty massive engagement here. Got the Dragoons, got the Zealots. The Mutos are trying to do something, but the Corsairs are covering that southern flank pretty easily. Archon Zealot doing pretty well against these Zerglings. Dude, that's a 10-kill Archon. An Ultralisk does pop out. He's trying to hold. Oh, the Ultralisk goes down, but the Archon dies too. The Archon is doing a lot of work. Bring these Dragoons up. Give them... Oh, we're getting flanked. Give them additional damage output. There's the Storm on the backside. These Lings... Okay, they're killing a few Dragoons. This has been a good game because both sides are giving major licks to each other here. Both on defense and on offense. And goodbye, Hydralisk Den. This Sunken keeps firing away, trying to kill as much as it can before its day is here, and that is now. Just kidding. It is now. There you go. Sunken down, natural down. Terror's in trouble. Terror's in trouble. Why? Oh, the Guardians are here, though. All right, Guardians. This might not be a terrible position for you to be in, but the Corsairs are sort of massacring you, too. So, okay. So the Ultras are dead. Guardians are taking direct hits from Dragoons and from Corsairs and are all going to die. And is this GG? Are we just looking at a GG here? And the Guardians did what the Guardians always do. Show up, kill some stuff, and then die. Reinforcing Zealots cruising in. We too can play at the reinforcement game. I need to know. 1 kill on this guy. You know how much that dude cost? He cost 1 mutalisk. So that's 100, 100, and then 150 gas and 50 more minerals for that Guardian. Man, Guardians are crap units. Sorry, Zerg, your tier 3 units are hot garbage and not usable. I mean, carriers are the same way. But at least carriers are good against Terran. Spire, Greater Spire down. No more mutas for you, which, are we planning on making more of those? Maybe. Oh, this poor Ultra. Bad pathing. The pathing was bad. Get out of there, man. Get out of there. You don't have a lot of armor. You have 4 armor, which is great. Actually, just kidding. It's 5 armor because of the native +1. 122 to 74 supply in favor of GiantStar here. And have we cleaned it up? Have we cleaned up the Protoss infestation yet? Yes. This dude's got, I think he's responsible for 2 kills. 3 kills! That Zergling has taken down 2 Dragoons and a High Templar all by himself. That's pretty good. Now, larger problem here for GiantStar is he didn't take a 4th base behind that. Another base here from Terror. So if Terror wins this game, it's going to be through sheer, like, expansion taking. The absolute guts he's shown with this. He's retaking his natural. Again, I guess I assumed he was over here, but he's not. But the 6 o'clock base, he's on 5 bases at the 3 bases of the Protoss. Sure, it's 85 supply for Terror and 134 for GiantStar, which is not good. GiantStar getting more ahead right now, or at least trying to. These Zealots up +2 attack. And this Ling Ultra stuff is just not... Do you hear how many Zergling death sounds there are? Wait, but there's a surround! Sort of. Dude, these Archons, though. Archon Zealot. It's such a good comp. I will tell you, that was my comp. Whenever I play Protoss in Brood War, Zealot Archon against Zerg. Insanely, insanely good unit composition. Zerg just struggles mightily against it. More Ultras on the way. That was some incredibly cost-efficient stuff there. 10 kills, 7 kills. We both have 7 kills. Both have 7 kills, these friends do. Are they friends or just co-workers? They're probably just co-workers. Let's not lie. The Corsairs are out because you don't want to invest money in more Scourge and more Mutalisks. You want to invest money in gas for Ultras. That's what you want. Another base from Terror. I'm telling you, this dude, if he wins it, it's going to be through sheer macro, which is kind of a Terror thing, right? His ZVT strat is basically Ling Ultra all day, into siege tanks, into huge marine balls. And he's like, I don't care. I really don't care. Yeah, he's holding the line today. Zealot Archon holding the line. front ways and back ways. Is this a drop? Or no, scouting overlord's fine, I guess. So GiantStar getting a 4th base and could probably take a 5th base up here too. That's the nice thing about holding this low ground on this particular spawn location. I mean, all the spawn locations on Fighting Sphere are that way, but you get one base, you kind of get another one to come with it generally, is how that works. Yeah, Nexus coming up, 57 to 54 workers, 148. 150 to 102 supply for the Protoss right now is kind of bonkers. And the worker count is basically even, so that is army value. That is army value difference. If you're a Zerg player and you're down 40 in army supply at 20 minutes, you're probably not going to win that game. Just an option here. Kind of aimlessly running about the middle of the map here is Terror. I think he smells it. He's catching up. He's only 25 supply down in army supply now. That's good. That's real nice. And surprise flank attacks are a good way to win in StarCraft, no matter what race you are. Dark Swarm up. It doesn't help against the Zealots all that much. Helps a little bit against the Archons. Their direct damage is nullified, but their splash damage is fine. Oh my gosh, these Archons! These Archons, though! How good is an Archon, everybody? Statistically, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is Archon? Pretty good, I believe, is the statistical answer to that. But look at this! Good trade by Terror. He's now up in army supply. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. That is a lot of Ultralisks, man. Okay, so he's got a bunch of Ultras. They almost have full upgrade. They're one melee upgrade away on their Kaiser Blades to give them full upgrades. And just, yeah, that's it, man. If Terror wins this game, it's because he's on 6 bases and GiantStar is on 4. The end. And the fact that we're not making Reavers. Just feel like Reavers would be amazing here. We're just really heavily running with this Archon Zealot thing, which is working. He hasn't made the best trades. Sure. Maybe this little DT attack could make itself known by attacking the entire army. Oh, okay, and then running away. That works. All right, man. Terror coming in for another attack from the south. Dark Swarm is up. Archons are fighting hard, but the surround is here. The surround is a good strategy to use, and oh my gosh, is he doing it? And wow! Terror comes out on top as GiantStar GG's out at 23-15 with the Dark Swarm Ultra Ling against Zealot Archon attack. Woo! And yeah, that's it, man. Terror took enough damage that any average professional Zerg player would have just died. But Terror is so good, and he had so many bases that taking all the damage he took didn't kill him. It slowed him down, but not enough. Not enough to beat him, as it turns out. And yeah, man, like, Zealot Archon is good against Ling Ultra, but you add Dark Swarm in there and negate that direct damage the Archons are doing, then suddenly it gets a little bit more dicey. Plus, we didn't have great armor hit upgrades here, only the +1, whereas, I mean, like, the Lings are at 3-2. The Ultras, we've talked about their upgrades here as well. But yeah, it's just Terror. He was down in 50 army supply, but then enough bases to macro his way out of it, makes a million Ultras and Lings, gets some Dark Swarm up, and just mashes face, and then he's going to kill this. And that's it. GiantStar read the writing on the wall. He had one base versus how many mining bases from Terror? Honestly, too many. Just too many. And GG. To Terror. All right, man. 23 minutes and 15 seconds there. Oh, absolutely incredible game. 183,000 points to 174 for Terror. 6-2. 600 to 200 units produced here. Crazy bananas. Buildings raised, only 2 by Terror, 13 by GiantStar, not enough to make a difference. And then resources here, 53 to 46. That's enough. That is enough. That's 9,000? Question mark. 6,000. About 6,200 resources more from Terror there. But the Dark Swarm helped immensely to make up for any difference that he needed to. And he gets the win. So Terror on top of it. Absolutely impressive. Impressive display by him. And that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.